right, here we are doing the dynamic double barrel Triton exhaust system. So you saw that, you draw your template. It's freehand, just draw it all around. You're gonna need a plunge cutter tool, Milwaukee, Ryobi, Harbor Freight, whatever you got with a sharp blade, and go through the fiberglass because we need to get here to get down to the rear exit exhaust. And we're showing you the whole thing to show that nothing's perfect, but we got the job done and we get it cut. And you need to have some confidence so you don't mess things up. We're just cutting it open so you can get down here to the foam, and the plunge cutter is the best tool to do that. You're gonna need a couple of specialized tools to get this all done. You're gonna need a plunge cutter, and you're going to need a cutoff wheel for a Dremel tool for the other side. So, but we're gonna start here. So if you got the single barrel exhaust or the double barrel exhaust, you gotta cut the right side to start with. So we start on that side first. As you see, he's going all the way down to the line that he drew to cut out a pocket so we can do the exhaust and get it on. So there is no template. Look at the video, redraw that line. If you can't draw that square line all the way around for cutting, take it to a pro because this isn't for you. As you see, we're back cutting from another angle. Again, go with confidence. Just go down here and get it cut and get it done, and everything will be good. As you see, we have the plug already in there. You take the plug, and once you remove your exhaust, you go ahead and stick the plug in there, and then you're going to clamp it later. But just telling you that now, while we're watching him plunge cut the top all the way out. Make sure you get all your lines cut to connect, so that way you can get in there and you'll show you the pry tool next to go ahead and pry this piece off and start cutting into the foam. So it's pretty easy. Just get it done. Be confident. Don't worry about cutting. And again, if you're wary, take it to a pro because if they mess up, it's on them. But don't be scared. Get it done. Save some money. Get the proper tools or borrow them from a friend. All right, as you can see, we're down to using a flathead screwdriver, and we're just prying on it. We're gonna get it to the point where it pops up, and then we'll peel this right on off so we can get down to the foam and start cutting and getting that cleared out for the rear exit exhaust. And now we're gonna cut the foam out so we can get to the back transom. We're gonna speed this part of the video up here and just get it over with. But make small cuts, little incisions all the way across because you're gonna cut all the way down to get this flat. So this is a methodical process and it's gonna take a little bit of time because you're cutting it out, and especially once you get against the back transom wall, there's some glue behind there that you gotta deal with a chisel or a cutting tool like a Dremel or something like that to go ahead and loosen it up, and use a flathead screwdriver to bang it out with a hammer. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about when we get there, but as you see, we're making small incisions, and then we're just gonna go ahead and cut it and pull it all the way out. When you pull it out in small pieces, it's easier than trying to get out big chunks. We're on the back transom. You see I'm letting it play, and we got it in fast forward. I don't want you to think this is some 30-second process or 2 minutes because everybody cuts the video. So this was kind of long just to show you that, hey, it took us a while to get it out. It's probably gonna take you even longer to get it out because maybe you don't have the right tools, or you're not doing the right process, or you're not confident enough to just start scraping. Just wanted to show you that it takes time. I'm gonna clean that piece of glue out. We can't really have the camera in there to show it to you, but you get a cutting tool, take your time, get it out methodically and real slow because you don't want to bust through, but you need that area flat to be able to screw it down and make the flange sit flush. Got everything cleaned out. We made that by hand with no template. Circled it, got the middle point, and cleaned it all out to get a clean surface. And we're gonna do the pilot hole through the back and then drill through the front. All right, we're here drilling the holes on the back. Don't mind this outlet. This is an outlet that I'm using for a custom setup on mine for a custom dual exhaust. It's 3 inches. Yours is gonna be the same one we make for the Spark, the 2.75 inch to fit here with the lock ring. So you put it on in the same fashion. We don't send a template because it's best to put it through the hole that you cut through and drill the holes holding the outlet in there so you get them exactly right. And then you put your lock ring on once you get your pilot hose drilled out. So let's go ahead and do that now. Remember, this is just the one for me. This is the one for the Wet Jet Blaster. You're gonna get the one with the 4 holes in it. You're not gonna have one with 5 holes in it, just 3 inches. It'll be 2.75 single outlet, either red or black. Okay, now we're off cutting to the other side, and be careful over here because your ride system that controls your bucket for your reverse and everything is right over here. So it's tight fit in this area, so you got to use the cutting tool to use it for the 3 sides, the same fashion that you did on the right side. But when you get down to the bottom, as you see, we'll start using a cutting wheel because it's tight in there and you have to cut straight across, and there's not enough room to get this plunge cutter down in that area. But do all 3 sides first and do the bottom straight across layer in the fashion with the cutting wheel. And then as you can see, there's a little clip right there that holds your wire on this piece that you're cutting off. Drill that rivet out so that way you can pop it loose and you can reuse that piece. We'll send you a little plastite screw to screw into the hole a little bit forward, and you relocate that clip and put a zip tie on it to hold the wire so that way it doesn't bounce against the water box or anything else. Otherwise, you can leave it dangling. It's probably gonna be okay. But I'm just telling you ahead of time at this part now, save that clip on the fiberglass so you can move it forward. Right in front of where I'm cutting right now. And you take the plastite screw and you screw it right into the fiberglass and you put it right back in there and repurpose that and zip tie your your wire loom that goes to the ride system right back like it was before. You'll see it at the end of the video, but I just want to explain it to you now because we didn't explain that at the end of the video. So this is the greatest part to get done, and it's the hardest part because it's about a ride system. As you see, we're going to switch to cutting tools here, and we got that tool and we're down in the middle and we're cutting straight across. So just take your time, be very easy, and get it done. Pry off the piece just like before, so that way you get everything done like you did on the right side. Start cutting methodically, get it all done. Not gonna repeat that whole process. Gonna speed it up here so that way we get through it. Start doing the exhaust. You repeat the identical stuff you did on the right side over here. All right, now we're at the point of tightening up the screws on the lock ring. Do a little bit at a time on each bolt, so that way it goes in nice and snug. And make sure you use hand tools, not power tools, so you don't strip the bolts. And now we get to the fun part of getting the double barrel Triton to come to life and put it together. All right, we're putting the Triton water box in. So what you want to do is put your clamp on there first so you can get to it with your power ratchet or whatever you're using, but just make sure you can get to it. And then you put a little WD-40 on your water box and then push it in. And we put the coupler, the 90 on, already on the outside. Take your muscles, push it all the way in there. Now it's in there with the clamp for the dual exhaust. And we're gonna go in there and tighten that clamp down right there with the power ratchet. All right, you got it tight. Make sure you got the clamp all the way in the groove and it's not messed up on the bottom. You might need to get a helper to hold that if you can't get it all the way in place. But make sure it's all the way in the groove, like so. Now what we do, we put the couplers here. You're going to put your clamps on to hold it in place, just like this one. So we'll lock that down in place and we'll move on to the next step. All right, you're going to grab your pipe. It's going to be stealth black when it's finished. And you put this side in first. Get the bead roll all the way in. Make sure you're not touching the ride motor. And then you go up to the top. Fit that into your coupler. Push it in, make sure it's all good. And these two should fit just like so. You make sure the bead roll is back far because you're going to clamp it in front of the bead roll. And this should not be touching your ride at all. So as long as it's not touching your ride, you're good to go. And we're going to move over to the other side. All right, you grab your other pipe, your joiner, to stick it into the right side. Push it in about 1 inch or so. And you line it up with the top. And you join those two together. And you're going to clamp it behind the bead roll on each side. So it should be here. Clamp here. Clamp here. Make sure your ride's not getting touched. And you make sure your plug's not getting touched. There's clearance between everything here. So everything's all good. Then you go ahead and clamp everything down. And you're good to go with putting your piping in. You put your clamp on here. And you're good to go. And tighten up all your clamps. You should be able to grab it shake the whole jet ski to make sure it's all one unit. And you're good to go and ready to go out and ride and hear the mighty Triton and hear it roar on the water and be out there with some Sparks and some other jet blasters giving the Sparks hell. This thing sounds wicked, sounds better than the Spark exhaust. I hate to say that. But as you see, here it is again. It'll look better in red or black, whatever you decide to get. And again, we didn't put all the clamps on there, but we showed you where they go. They clamp up, they finish. And make sure everything's tightened down. Then you put your back on. You're not going to be able to put your foam back in here. Foam won't go back in. Doesn't fit anymore. You don't need it. It's not going to be a problem. Put everything back like regular. You got clearance. The same way you took it apart. Go out and ride and have fun. It's been Cowboy B with another great DIY from Wet Jet Performance. Peace. All right, we got the Triton double barrel exhaust for the Yamaha Jet Blaster. All test fitted up. We're gonna let you guys hear it for the first time. We already heard it, but man, it's gnarly. So go ahead and start it up. Damn, that sounded good. Go ahead and get your credit cards ready and hit the website.